Anyone? Anyone? If something doesn't work in the classroom, if students disengage, if they don't meet expectations, the first thing we want to say is, what's wrong with these students? But instead I always ask, what's wrong with the design of my course?
One of them is by bringing in current events on a daily basis from the field, from various news sources that I get in my email, and I bring that to the students and start out class with a connection, an application to what we're studying.
My top teaching tip is be enthusiastic. Know what you're talking about. Be enthusiastic, because then your passion for the subject will be conveyed to the students and they will be interested in it as well.
The main thing that I try to get across, two or three things. One is, okay, you're going to be out in this world. This is a good chance for you to learn about this world. You're going to have to figure out how to work with that world, and you're going to have to work with each other.
I think something that's important when teaching is to make sure that it's a two-way street, that there's respect that goes in both directions, and that there is education that goes, I should say, in all directions. So that as I can teach something, I want to get feedback from the students, and most importantly, I want to make sure the students teach each other, because that's probably where the most learning takes place.
My activities are open-ended in the sense, it is not, I don't want us to come back and spoon-feed kind of activity, then where they ask every question what to do with this, what to do with that. I want to give them freedom in terms of, particularly design activities where they can show their creativity.
I use a teaching rubric, or an evaluation rubric that lines up with my teaching expectations for the course. And I tell my students, it's not you against me, it's you and me against the rubric. We're on the same side.
I think one of the don'ts for me is, I would say, don't assume that just covering the material once is enough for a student to have put it in their back pocket where they can take it out and use it effectively later.
When one teaches a class for the first time, I think it's really important to not be too controlling, to not be afraid to fail, to not be afraid to risk. Now that's not to say don't be prepared, because you should always be over-prepared in the sense of having a whole lot of different options.
I think it's important to have a good balance between the carrot and the stick. The stick is obvious, it's the grade, and so I think it's not such a good idea to really emphasize that stick because it's implicit. And the best role that a teacher can play is the carrot, is the cheerleader, is someone who tries to inspire the students to be interested.
I wanted to cover the curriculum as much as possible. I have a set of planned curriculum. I want to finish it by end of the 50 minutes lecture. I want to finish certain things. In that process, students were so much struggled to catch up with my pace. And then after that, I decided to make more simple nuggets of concepts where I want to teach them one concept at a time rather than trying to rush the whole thing to syllabus.